Hello everyone, Dr. Incompetent here. Welcome to this Let's Learn Planet Zoo franchise mode here in 2020. And look at this. The lions are, getting very intimate. And this means that they're about to mate. And we might be able to get another lion for free, which would be tremendous. And babies, like we found out, have great appeal. Now, that is not mating, at least as far as I understand it. That's scatological. But either way, let's get some more lions. All right. So, they're still upset about the food enrichment, and I'm working feverishly to research. I'm going to pause it. Food enrichment for these fantastic creatures, these West African lions. Go here, and I still don't have food enrichment researched, but we're working on it. We'll get there. Now, one thing I want to see with this zoo is I've got a mountain of cash. I've got so much money, it's coming out my ears, and I need to spend it so I can expand the zoo. I've got the staff facility good. So let's, what did you finish on the research? Oh, did we just master Gila monsters? We sure did. I don't know what advanced research does. But I don't think I need to worry about that right now. So I'm going to go back, and we're going to finish then the Diamondbacks, make them happier. I could double up on West African lions, but I should probably start getting some of these diseases researched so I know how to fight them off. However, I am about to add a new animal, so let's figure that out. We're going to buy this. Let's see, what's going on with the zoo? Happiness is good. Education is actually reasonable. Animal rating is very high. So that's beautiful. Selling animals in the marketplace. Well-educated guests will also increase conservation. Now, one of the things that I cannot do right now, I don't believe, if I go into viewing devices, I can't build... Oh no, I need to be building these. What am I doing? I forgot. Let's plant some of these babies in here. This will help out magnificently with their education. My God. Alright, so let's kind of put these in some good spots. I needed to have these earlier. I forgot. I was thinking like, oh no, I've got to research that before I can unlock those. No, they're right there. They're ready to go. Uh-oh. We've got some litter. But there's no trash cans around here, so that's kind of understandable. So let me put some trash cans around. So there is one here. Oh well, people are just filthy. Let's just circle this with cans. I'll put them everywhere. We don't want to have a pigsty. Well, okay. Maybe not that close. Let me just move this one. That's a little close. Let's put it over here. Alright, that looks good. And then, let's just build one more. At least, yeah, this whole loop doesn't have any, so... Alright, that seems better for trash cans. Okay. Now, as I was saying, I can need to build some more education panels, but I like to put these conservation boards where they're not blocking the sites. So let's try to get some of these babies going. Yep, build this, and then I don't really need this open right now. Oh man, you have to have that? Can I make this smaller? Cool. Okay, I can lower it. Alright. Now, I need to build this. I do, though, want to make sure I don't build it in an area where they're going to get upset. So let me just check the negative impact. Oh, okay, we're totally good. So I think what the idea is that maybe these conservation boards will provide conservation points. Now that could be just a pipe dream, but I'm gonna put a bunch around, just so people like in line while you're waiting in line, you can like read this information and be bombarded with stimulus. And then you can like come over here maybe while your great Aunt Bertha is finishing her meal and get some info. Alright, so that's enough. So let's just put these, yep, amphibian extinction crisis, bee population decline. Alright, so we don't want that. Do these things make noise? I don't think that they do. I think it's just silent reading. I hope so. Deforestation. Alright, and then, hey, did you know about ecotourism? And then, what about climate change? Yeah, that should go front and center. Terrify people as they walk in about the disaster that is climate change. And then land sharing versus land sparing. Okay. So now I'm gonna go to my heat map and I'm gonna go to like my, maybe if I select a building, buildings, all facilities. No, we don't need that. I just was trying to look at education. Here we go, guest education. Ah, so this one is not turned on. Uh-oh. Oh my god, what is this overlap? Has that been there the whole time? It's from this speaker. This speaker is way too loud. Alright, let me just reduce the range of that. Yeah, we don't need it that big anyway because the viewing area is not super big. So does this now? Yeah, now we don't have too much of a overflow, except for this one person caught in the middle, ripped apart by the overlap. Alright, so let's go down to 7. Okay, that's good. And then let me turn this one on, get some information on this screen. So if they're yellow, then that means there's nothing being displayed. And so the last thing we did, let's talk about poaching and exotic pet trade. Okay, I'm gonna unpause it, and then this is pretty funny. It's like you're waiting for your burger and there's just information everywhere from both sides. You will get bombarded. All right, so let's see. Did she get pregnant? It doesn't look like it. Looks like they were trying, and then instead of having a baby or getting pregnant, she pooped. So that's kind of a buzzkill. Maybe they can get the romance going again. Okay, so research is happening. Money is flowing, but our guests seem to be capped around 700 because we don't have enough enticement. The baby lion will bring in more, but we could get even more by building another habitat, and I think that we should. Now, one thing I need to do is just check on the staff situation. Boy, the caretakers, maybe over time the workload will balance out. The keepers are worked pretty heavily, but oh, work zones. I need it. Well, we can assign her, and then these vendors should all have work zones. But let me go back to the staff screen. We got 3 people in this staff room. Oops. And then let me go to the vendors and just kind of assign people who don't have a work zone into a work zone. When you buy a vendor, I think they just come, I mean, they come with the shop, right? But now this way they can cycle around. So if somebody's on break, they can cover. The vets have a high workload, but it doesn't seem insurmountable. I have no staff room perks. I need to research the staff room perks pretty heavily. Alright, so I think if I want to build a new habitat, this habitat might just be like too large, but I could put a bunch more lions in there to justify its size. Now, if I build a new habitat, there really might be a new call to build at least another keeper hut and maybe a like staff room and start another work zone. But where is the best place to put a habitat? You know, I don't mind the idea of putting one right over here. That way people could access all of this stuff. Maybe that is wise, just back in this section. There's no keeper huts. This is all decorated very, very well, and we can connect the path with some clever path work. So, let's see. I like to have a big, wide path. That's not quite wide enough. No, let's go with like... Yeah, I think a path like this is wide so people can easily get around, pass by each other with no problems. Okay, and then we can just kind of turn the corner here. We can... It's interesting that it doesn't let you just like make a 90-degree turn. Maybe it's because it's too wide and it's got to be all beautiful and circular. So what I'll have to do is probably just go to pathing and delete some of this path so that I can try to wind it around. Here we go. So that's the best kind of winding it around path that I can make. And so I'm just going to build the habitat perhaps to conform to the size of the path. Now this is massive. I might be able to sneak in 2 habitats here, or I could buy some big animals and make one big habitat. I kind of like that idea. It's easier to just have a singular habitat. So let's then build barriers. Now I've got new barriers. So the question is, do I want to build, you know, new fancy barriers? I've got, I guess, this like, what does this even look like? Let me put some of this in and see what it looks like. No, that's too busy. It's very weird that it's like stone, but then it has squares. Like, why does it have... It looks like it's a big mesh square grid that's holding in loose stones. No, thank you. Maybe for some, but just not for me. I'll go back to my brick. Alright. So, let's kind of start working on getting this. We don't really have to worry about the trash can. We can eliminate that easily. And so what I want to do is just build the habitat and then see how big it is in terms of its square footage, and then see if it's large enough. Oops, I need a door. Airlock. Guest gate. Man, that's really fancy. I don't know about that. Let's put the keeper gate here. I think that's fine. And then, how big is this habitat? It is 13,000 square feet. So if we go to animal trading, and I look at animals that are available for purchase, and I go for, not age, I'm sorry, appeal. Okay, so there's these hippos, right? And hippos, let me look at you. You like 10,000 feet, so this is big enough, but you also like 10,000 water. So I might have to do some finessing to get... I don't have 20,000. So I'd have to expand this even further to put in hippos, but it might be nice. Let me see. You can have one male hippo and up to 29 females. That's hysterical. What kind of reproduction issues? Okay. Or just weird. Not weird. It's fine. That's just how they do it. Alright, so if I wanted to put in some water for hippos to swim, I think I would need to expand this habitat even more. So let's plan on doing this. Let's buy the hippos before they are no longer available. Is there a boy hippo, though? There's 2 women. Do we have to do bears instead? Because, yeah, bears actually look like they're way easier to maintain. Let me look at this bear. Zoopedia. You need 10,000 square feet and no water, so we're already set. And then, but you can really only have 2 of them in the habitat together. Whereas hippos, you build a massive habitat, and then you can... Where'd those hippos go? Did somebody snipe them? Hey, hippos. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the hippos disappeared. I was too slow with the trigger finger. Boy, that's a shame. Maybe it's not, though. Maybe instead we just go back to sorting by appeal. And... oh no, here's all the hippos. Ooh, there's 4 girls. Can they, Zoopedia, how big of a group... female bachelor size? You can have 3 to 30. So let's just buy a bunch of female hippos. And then, get a guy later when one becomes available. I'm not, like, really researching this properly about the genetics. I'm just kind of getting... you know, this hippo's, the genes are really good for this one. Alright, so now we just bought 4 female hippos, and we'll get some more hippos later. But we need to now adjust this habitat for the hippos. Now, one question I don't know the answer to is, does the water habitat space count as both satisfying the species, like, navigable land and water? Can you double dip on that? Or do I really need a massive enclosure for these things? So let's first figure this out by going to terrain. And I'm going to sculpt, and I'm going to push the terrain pretty big. Build like a lake back here. Alright, I'm no artist, but I'm just going to try to make a big, deep pond for these hippos and see how this works. So if I fill this with water, how big is this? I mean, that looks like a lot of water. Can I fill it all the way up to there? Yeah, now we got a lot of water. So that's a big water area, but let's check the habitat and see what has happened. It is about 7,000 water and 8,000 land area. Now, if I go into my animal trading and check in my storage, let me look at you. What do you need again? So you need 10,000 and 10,000. So I need to make this, long story short, I need to make this bigger. So let's just quickly go here and edit the barrier and just kind of take these out. And then I need to delete the path. A bit, so we can expand this. Alright, and then we're going to edit the barrier. We're going to take this out, this out, this out, this out, and I'm just going to, maybe if I like wrap it around to here. No, I don't need to do that. Let's get rid of that, actually. And then we need to make room for the path. We might have to move this water thing because it's, you know what? Let me look at the heat map and just plan around its negative influence area. Yeah, so we need to edit the barrier with this in mind. So let's then just bring this down. What do you mean obstructed? How is this obstructed? I don't quite get that. Okay, anyway, whatever. Let's curl this all the way around, and then we can balloon it out a little bit more here. Alright, and then now let's look at our size. Now we have 17,000 and 10,000, or 7,000. So I just need to make this pond bigger. And I'm just going to go, actually, I'm going to remove the water first and then sculpt. So that I don't mess that up in any way. Make it really deep. We got some big hippos here. Put some fish in. I wonder if depth counts for the area, or if it's just the surface area of the pond itself. Because you could just make it super deep, and then it's like, hey, you've got 10,000, you know, square feet of space. And they're like, yeah, but it's just straight down. And you're like, yeah, so what? Okay, anyway. Terrain, water, fill it in up to there. Now, let me look at this enclosure. We just got it. I think that's wide enough. We can just add some more water if we have to. Okay, that's pretty insane. Now, let's work on the path. Trying to get this around. This is going to be like actually probably one of our premier exhibits. So, oh, I saw it jump over there for a second. It just wants to connect to the staff path, which we don't really want. Yeah, we need to... Oh, we're so close. It wants to do it for like 1 second. There we go. It's a little janky looking. Now let me check this, the heat map. Yes, we are clear of this. Okay, so that actually means on this staff path that I built, I can go ahead and build a keeper hut. Maybe even a staff room. But I don't know if we need that over there. We definitely need a keeper hut. And that would be like a little bit closer for people so they don't have to... I mean, well, it's not that big of a difference actually walking here to here. Excuse me. Alright. So... facilities, staff facilities. I'm gonna build a nice looking keeper hut now that I'm away from my like I wonder how you get out of this screen without, well, whatever. There we go. Spin it. Now spin it a little bit more. I think that looks good. Alright, so there's a staff facility for a keeper. Then, let's go to the animal trading and start moving in all these animals. I want to select them all. Can I do that? Can't I just select them all? Alright, fine. Move here. Move here. Move here. Bun me and move bun me here. Alright, so now we can get the animals moving in. Let's just unpause it for that to happen. Before I'm going to even put in windows, I want actually, I'm going to pause it again. I'm going to see if I can connect these paths so people can jump over here easily. Alright, so let's get these animals, these beautiful hippos in here. Oh, which facility do they have in the queue to use? Workshop 2? I guess there are 3 mechanics. I didn't realize that... Yeah... I hired a mechanic just to lighten the workload on repairing stuff. But now I see that I should build another one. Okay, so I need to build another mechanics workshop. And I could just, I guess, build this on the 2nd floor. But I could also build one way over here at this new staff area for no good reason except to make people walk a long way. Man, this classic workshop looks insane. Look at that ivy on the building. I mean, that is breathtaking. Who wouldn't want to see that? I bet it has huge... What's the negative impact? It's not bad. It's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna... That's good rotation, I suppose, but I'm gonna move it over. There's no reason to make these things far apart, but man, this thing looks awesome. I understand how it has a negative impact if it looks that sweet, but whatever. Alright, now we got another staff facility, and, well... It's gonna take me forever to do anything in this game, because... I can't just leave it looking naked like this. I want to decorate. I love making it look awesome. Let's go ahead and hide this behind some trees, and then yeah, reed stands are going to do a great job at concealing this generator. And even the staff facility, we can kind of hide a little bit with some reed stuff. And then I think we deserve just a giant tree over here. How big is this bad boy? Yeah, that looks awesome. And then one of these here. And let's get a brownish tree. The river bush willow tree. Yeah, I mean, this looks sick. This way the staff can have some amazing stuff to look at out the window if they want while they're working. Alright, I'll probably have to take all this stuff down at some point, as it's not really an efficient use of space. But hey, and we're not going to forget the signature pieces. The staff want to see daisies too. They want to be really proud of the place that they work at. Yeah, I can take this moment to decorate the lion area that I really haven't done any decorating of. Now let's start going to small ones here. this little space, let's build a large one. Oh, I could just build a line. Oh, that looks awesome. Not for like every single one, but for some of them, it's a nice... Yep. Push it back. Oh, yes. Make sure it's not poking through the glass. I mean, it's going to invariably do that, but... I'm actually going to buy another one and just kind of put it there. Perfect. Okay. That looks awesome. So this whole staff area looks awesome. But first, let me be sure and include this in this main work zone for the zoo. Staff, work zones, edit work zone to include this, this, and this. You know what? Oh yeah, I'll include everything for now. Later I will get real fancy and take stuff out and divide it or something, but for now let's just do that. Let's go to the staff and say, is it everybody's assigned to a work zone? Okay, so let me unpause it. Let's say hello. Alright. Here come the hippos. Alright, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to wait until they're not like standing on top of each other because that's so creepy. Alright, can you guys separate? There should be some more. Alright, pause. Okay, so this hippo's getting in the water, getting ready to swim. How are we doing? Critical area or crowding? Well, that should turn off as soon as you get into the space a little bit more. There shouldn't be crowding with this much space, but we'll see. Alright, so food enrichment, toy enrichment, habitat. This habitat. Let's go ahead and filter for the hippopotamus. And then let's give them enrichment of whatever I can. So you can have like this and some of these things and a sprinkler. And I don't have water set up, so let's just throw in a rubbing pillar or two. And then let's see how you feel about that if I unpause it. Alright, no, they don't like the space. Wait a minute. This is not... You need 27,000. It said on the Zoopedia that you needed 10,000. What in God's name? What kind of demand? Does it scale up based on the number of hippos? I can't provide that. I mean, I can. I guess there's plenty of space, but I didn't think... Goodness gracious, I didn't think that it was that narrow of a window. Oh no. Alright, let me look at the Zoopedia again. When I went to Habitat, it said that their minimum requirement was 10,000, nearly 11,000 land, and 11,000 water. And then when I go to this, and I look at the terrain, we have 13,000 land and nearly 11,000 water. So that should be just meeting your minimum requirements and making you happy. But it's not big enough. Wow. Alright, let me look at the heat map and let me look at the power situation. Okay, well, to be honest, it's not a big deal. This generator is making power, so let's just chill out and expand this habitat. Alright, so we got the game paused. So let's edit the barrier and take out this barrier and this barrier. And then We'll take this out. Okay. And then I need to delete the path. Oh, good thing I didn't decorate too much. Okay. So, let me try to see what I can do. The first thing to do is just build the barrier to continue with that. And try to make the space capacious enough. I'm gonna like triple it. I don't know if I'm gonna create good viewing areas with something like this, but I don't have much else to do. Alright, now how big is this? 29,000 land. So that should do it on land. But I'm gonna have to extend this swimming area pretty profoundly. Man, hippos are a big investment, and I guess in more ways than one. Alright, so let's go back to terrain, and let's just remove the water, and then continue with sculpting, and just make this even more. Fine, you guys want a place to swim? I'll give you a place to swim. I guess you are hippos. You do like water. Okay. Should I smooth it? I don't know what that is doing, but whatever. And then now let's just add some water. I wonder why I can't add it any higher. How could that be obstructed by what, I wonder? I wish it would show me what's obstructing me adding more water into this hole. Anyway, it actually looks fine. Is it the depth? Is it like, is it too deep or something? Or is it... I wonder what it... Anyway. Alright, so now let's look at them and unpause it and see if that has helped out on their space concerns. 14%, a little bit better. Alright. Mechanics research is complete. On what? Staff facilities. Awesome. Let's just keep researching what we're doing. And then... Alright, let me look at the... They want more land and way more water. Alright. Well. Let me look at the negative impact. So now I am going to have to move this generator slightly so that the path can go by, but let me look at the power. We do have plenty of power, so we can continue building this out. Okay. So let me get this right. For land, well, that's going to be fine. You know what I do too. I'm going to dig into this area as well. I'm going to remove this path here and make it so that this isn't cutting in so dramatically. I'll just put it right along the edge. I don't know if there's any penalty for walking along the edge of your zoo's property. I can't really decorate over there, I guess, is a problem, but anyway. Delete, 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 delete. And then move over here and delete, 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 delete. Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Now let's start building habitat. I'm going to make these segments huge because this habitat is going to be huge. Alright, now if I make it this big, is this big enough to see some hippos? Okay, then let's go back to the terrain and let's just remove the water and go back to sculpting. Oh boy, no, this is the wrong tool to use. Push it back all the way. Make more water. All right. More water back here. Okay, and then if I want to add water, now how much water is this? Let's look at the situation now with this habitat. Alright, now we're at 20. This should actually be pretty good. Let me let them respond to the space. There's more navigable swimming area than what you're receiving, because I don't know why it's not counting. Like if I look at the it says water area 28,000. I don't, maybe it's not deep enough to make it. Yeah, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go to the terrain and I'm gonna take out the water and make sure that in all areas it's deep enough for hippos. Yeah, because I don't think over here it's deep enough. So let's push it. We're making this deep. Oh no, no, get me the biggest size you got. Let me try flattening the foundation, just making a flat bottom and seeing if that's deep enough all the way around. Yeah, taking from the deepest point and just making it smooth. Yeah, this is a better way to do this. As long as you have the right area selected. Cool, I made like an underwater cave over there. That's kind of cool. Alright, so now let's put in some water. And that should do it. Man, that looks awesome. Alright, now let's talk about this. Hippos. I'm going to unpause it and see if the space concerns fix at all. No, it got worse. What happened now? Oh, what, is it too deep for swimming? Maybe they want to be able to walk. What does this mean? Maybe they don't want to be like, well, now what I've done, I think, is I've made it too deep. That's hilarious. I thought it was too shallow, but no, they're like, it's too deep. All right, so they think that the ticket prices are underpriced. So let's put these up to like 11 and 9 and see if this will satisfy. Okay, so instead of making it this deep, I'm just going to go back to terrain. I'm going to remove the water yet again, and now I'm going to sculpt And I'm gonna pull it up. Like, let's try that. And then I'm gonna flatten to foundation all the way around this. And see if I just can't, like, see if this counts. Like, maybe they just don't need, like, an ocean. Maybe these dudes want, and, well, these are all ladies, but maybe these ladies want, like, I can walk. Yeah, because hippos just stand with their legs in the water, don't they? Alright, we're just playing a game with trying to figure out how deep to make this. How deep is deep enough. And we'll see if this works. If not, we'll just push it down a little bit and see if we can get the sweet spot. This is kind of fun in and of itself, just messing with the land in this fashion. Alright, so now, is this a lake? Or at least a pond? Or something that these guys can, ladies can swim in. Why is it obstructed? This doesn't look deep at all. This looks like ankle deep. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. Unpause. Habitat immediately bounced up to 70%. Because they have much larger area that they can swim. But it's so weird. Like, I wonder what makes it swimmable. Because the water area is 30,000, and they're telling me only 15,000 of it is swimmable. I'll have to get my brain around what makes it. Like, I wish I could click on the water or something and figure out, you know, what it is. That makes this. It doesn't want to do this around the water at all. Let me turn all that off. It looks really awkward after I did that. I want to figure out what makes it swimmable and what doesn't. I'm taking these plants out, by the way. I'll put new trees in later. I don't think they really want trees. Is this too steep? This bank? No. I wish it would just light up, like, what is swimmable? Is there a heat map for that? For water? I mean, well, no, there's water, and then maybe it's like water treatment, working water treatment, not habitat. Walkable escape point, climbable, traversable area. No, there isn't a bar for water. Animal welfare. Man. Now the space went down. Alright. Well, they have way enough land, so I can make this water area bigger. Maybe it needs to be deeper? Boy, I'm at a loss here. Zoopedia. Habitat. Water requirement. Maybe I can look into, like... no, I don't want to look for that. I'd rather look for... Oh, we finally got the guests. 2,000 bucks for the guests, anyway. For meeting that requirement. Alright. Low welfare on all these animals. Yes, I fixed that. Okay, well, let's go back to the terrain. And let's take out the water yet again. Remove water. And I'm going to deepen it. Sculpting. I'm going to push it down just a little bit. And then now I'm going to flatten the foundation from here. And see what this does. See if this is deep enough. Oops. Just give me the biggest brush you got. Alright. Now, give me the water. I'd love to know what obstructs that. Alright, so now what's going on with the water? Ooh, that helped. Well, maybe it didn't. Maybe I lied about that. They need hard shelter, obviously. Well, now they can't swim at all. Okay, well that was bad. That's a bad outcome. Is it because they can't walk into the water? Because it's too big of a drop-off? That's what it feels like. So let's go to terrain and then just sculpt, and we're going to pull it up. Nah, not like that. No, that's not doing it. Oh, the water is messing everything up. That's what it is. Okay. This is a complicated process. Here we go. So let's make it like an even, an easy... It's got to be a zero entry pool. That's the secret, right? Oh boy, not quite that much, but... Alright, let's reduce the size, perhaps. No. Let's... Oh boy. Trying to just make this a zero entry. Just a gradual little step down. How are we doing? No. Get real. That's not what I was going for. I'm just really trying to do this as much as I can. And then I'm going to take the smoother. Try to smooth it out. I don't know, that's not really doing what I want. But anyway, now what happens if I add water? Is this doable? Oh, we almost got it. Look at that. We almost got it. We got 23,000 now. So that must have been the secret, was easing it so that they can actually get into it. So path, terrain, sculpting, push. Let's push this actually down. Oh, that was too insane. Let's go ahead and... just... Alright, Jesus. Okay. It does not like it if there's water. It does not want to mess with it. But we still have plenty of land to play with. So, yeah. I think all we have to do at this point is take out the water again, then go to sculpting, and no, not like that. What was that? I'm just gonna make some more swimming area, but in a way that's hippo friendly. Alright. Is this hippo friendly?